Hi, boys and girls. Today we will read the story Ada Twist, Scientist by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. Here is the title page of our book. Remember, the title page comes after the front cover. It tells us the title, the author, the illustrator, and sometimes the publisher. So today our story is Ada Twist, Scientist, written by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. Ada Marie said not a word till the day she turned 3. She bounced in her crib and looked all around, observing the world, but not making a sound. She learned how to climb and make her big break, with a trail of chaos left in her wake. She ran through the day, chasing each sound and sight, and didn't slow down till she conked out at night. Look, she made it all the way to the top of the dresser. Oh, and I see her brother is pointing at her. He must be telling his parents, "Mommy, Daddy, come look at Ada Marie." Her parents were frazzled, but tried not to freak, as Ada grew bigger and still did not speak. Clearly, young Ada, with lots in her head, would have something to say when it ought to be said. Looks like her parents are really worried. Boys and girls, look what I found. Take a peek down at the illustrations. Good readers always read the pictures too. Look, it looks as if Ada Marie is labeling some of her stuffed animals. I see that here she had 2. Ooh. Let's see what comes up next. That's just what happened when Ada turned 3. She tore through the house on a fact-finding spree and climbed up the clock just as high as she could. Her parents yelled, "Stop!" as all good parents would. Boys and girls, if you're still listening, let's help out Ada Marie's parents. Can you yell stop on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Stop! Ada's chin quivered, but she did not cry. She took a deep breath and she simply asked, "Why?" Why did it tick and why does it talk? Why don't we call it a granddaughter clock? Why are there pointy things stuck to a rose? Why are these hairs up inside of your nose? She started with why, and then what, how, and when. By bedtime she came back to why once again. She drifted to sleep as her dazed parents smiled at the curious thoughts of their curious child, who wanted to know what the world was about. They kissed her and whispered, "You'll figure it out." Her parents kept up with her, their high-flying kid, whose questions and chaos both grew as she did. Look at all the questions she has. Why? What? How? When? Why? What does it do? Why won't it? When will it? When? What? Why does it? How? How does it? Can I? She has lots of questions. Even Miss Greer found her hands were quite full when young Ada's chaos wreaked havoc at school. But this much was clear about Miss Ada Twist. She had all the traits of a great scientist. So scientists must ask questions, observe the world around them, and wonder why. Let's see if Ada fits all of those characteristics. Ada was busy that first day of spring, testing the sounds that made mockingbirds sing, when a horrible stench whacked her right in the nose, a pungent aroma that curled up her toes. "Zowie!" said Ada, which got her to thinking, "What is the source of that terrible stinking? How does a nose know where there's something to smell? And does it still stink if there's no nose to tell?" She rattled off questions and tapped on her chin. She'd start at the start, where she ought to begin. A mystery, a riddle, a puzzle, a quest. This was the moment that Ada loved best. So she has found a problem and she is asking questions. I wonder how she's going to solve her problem. Ada did research to learn all she could of smelling and smells, both the stinky and good. One hypothesis Ada thought could be true. The terrible stink came from Dad's cabbage stew. She tested and tested, but soon Ada knew it was time to come up with hypothesis 2. Then zowie, the stink struck again. Just like that, hypothesis 2, it's caused by the cat. The cat couldn't make such a stink on its own. It needed perfume or some fancy cologne. So young Ada tested, and the test was a flop. She started again, but her parents yelled, "Stop!" Boys and girls, let's help out Ada Marie's parents. If you're still listening to the story, whisper the word stop on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stop! Good job. Look at her, Ada Marie. She is trying to put the cat in the washing machine so she can start over. That is a terrible idea. Oh my goodness. Poor kitty. Good thing her parents were there. Ada Marie, to the thinking chair now. By the time we count 3. Enough, said her mother. That's it, said her dad. Her parents were frustrated, frazzled, and mad. Why? Ada questioned. Her mother said no. What? Ada queried. Her father said go. You've ruined our supper. You've made the cat stink. Enough with your questions. Now sit there and think. She looked at her parents. Her heart turned to goo. Poor Ada Twist didn't know what to do. Aw. She sat all alone by herself in the hall, and Ada, once more, could say nothing at all. And so Ada sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she thought about science and Stu and the cat and how her experiments made such a big mess. Does it have to be so? Is that part of success? Are messes a problem? And while she was thinking, what was the source of the terrible stinking? Ada Marie did what scientists do. She asked a small question, and then she asked 2. And each of those led her to 3 questions more, and some of those questions resulted in 4. As Ada got thinking, she really dug in. She scribbled her questions and tapped on her chin. She started at why, and then what, how, and when. At the end of the hall, she reached why once again. Take a look at what she's doing, boys and girls. She looks as if she is recording information. So I know that good scientists ask questions and they record their observations. Boy, Ada Marie sure is a good scientist. Wow, look at all of her notes. Her parents calmed down and they came back to talk. They looked at the hallway and just had to gawk. No patch of bare paint could be seen on the wall. The thinking chair now was the great thinking hall. They watched their young daughter and sighed as they did. What would they do with this curious kid? Who wanted to know what the world was about? They smiled and whispered, "We'll figure it out." And that's what they did, because that's what you do when your kid has a passion and a heart that is true. They remade their world. Now they're all in the act of helping young Ada sort fiction from fact. She asks lots of questions. How could she resist? It's all in the heart of a young scientist. And as for that smell, what can Ada Twist do but learn all she can with her friends in grade 2? Will they discover the stink that curls toes? Well, that is the question. And someday, who knows? It looks as if, boys and girls, she is working in a group to try to solve her problem. Another attribute of a good scientist. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story. Now what I need you to do is I need you to go find this page in the Resource Center. And once you do, we'll go ahead and push pause now. And when you are ready to hear the directions on how to complete the page, push play and I will tell you. Okay, so by now you should have the paper that you see on the screen and you should be ready for the directions. So the directions say, when Ada Twist sits in the thinking chair, she can't help but ask the question why. Write or doodle, which means draw, some of the questions you have when you are thinking. So in this box, right here, you are going to write or draw some of the questions you have when you are thinking, just like Ada did whenever she was in her thinking chair. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story. I will see you again soon.